Thanks for clicking on this video. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon and turn on all notifications to keep up to date with the latest information and discussions. Okay, I'm sorry, but the title of this episode was pretty inaccurate. That's right everyone, Super Dragon Ball Heroes episode 11 is here and what was that? Fierce Fight, Universe 11's Decisive Battle. Well, I think there have been more decisive battles in the annals of Dragon Ball, especially for Universe 11. Remember the Tournament of Power? That was pretty decisive. But for the purposes of this review, let's just say that is so to make Jiren and the like feel a little bit better about themselves. Regardless, Super Dragon Ball Heroes episode 11 kicks off with a bang. Hence why the episode starts with the term fierce. Right? If you're new to these reviews, then you don't really need to worry about the overall plot, save for the idea that a bunch of heroes were grouped together on a prison world by Purple Kabuto over here, and then they broke free. And it turns out that there's this new guy who wants to cause a lot of chaos, kind of like the old guy, but only not as purple, and he's using Dragon Ball characters to do his bidding. And the plus side, Ultra Instinct is a thing here, that's definitely a plus. Well, I mean, it was a thing here, but in the last episode where we last left off, the new baddie Lags shattered into pieces and gave Goku tons of paper cuts, resulting in him falling out of his Ultra Instinct Omen powers and clinging onto life amongst all these shards, which remind me of the opening cutscene of Xenoverse 2 for some reason. Is there a connection here? However, he's not the main focus of the episode, surprisingly. What was the focus was Vegeta returning to his Super Saiyan Blue evolution powers from the Tournament of Power. Remember that? I still prefer Super Vegeta Blue, or at least Royal Blue in terms of a name, not Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Vote up top, by the way, which term you prefer. Vegeta is busy fighting Pepsi Man, and seems to be on the charge against the toothpaste-looking foe. Let me guess. Based on what we've seen in Dragon Ball 4, is it going to involve a lot of multiple punches, followed by a hard kick or a punch, and then the opponent being uppercut, and then slowly bringing down their neck? Yeah, pretty much. It was close, but then it carries on. I guess that's somewhat dynamic. One thing I will say is that the post-production team seem to have learnt their lesson in regards to the bloom effect on Vegeta, as he is far more visible than he was in the last few episodes of Super. And as Goku watches on, Lags is about to use her glass shards to puncture Goku for good, but then Trunks is here to take on the battle, and is finally taking the initiative instead of either being a prisoner or a casual observer, which is most welcome. He charges through the glass attack and slowly but surely gets the hit on Lags. Wait, he was taking point-blank damage and attacks, which Goku could barely stave off like they were nothing. So that's where Trunks was at. He was getting additional plot armor. It all makes sense now. Meanwhile, Vegeta is static as he is hurling rapid-fire ki blasts like he traditionally does. And, okay, I'm sorry, but it looks just so motionless and lifeless. There's Vegeta right here. You don't even see the ki balls expand before being fired. And then there's an explosion on the ground, okay, but no moving of the hands or arms to denote active propulsion. Vegeta usually does this. I'm sorry, but cutting to a front shot to make it look better doesn't make it much better, because it's just one frame with some special effects and additional camera shake. And I appreciate the need for corner cutting, but you can't oversparkle laziness, I'm afraid. That being said, things begin to pick up when Vegeta comes into some close quarter action with very heavy looking swings and kicks that leave Kamioren clearly on the back foot, which feels a little more polished than the previous section, so I think it's safe to say that the quality of this episode is pretty all over the place. Okay, right. We've got to get back to Jiren. Title depends on it. He's busy pounding Zamasu into the dust, and seems to be doing a pretty good job of it. That is until Zamasu reminds everybody that, oh yeah, I'm immortal and basically don't take damage, ha ha ha. That was a twist the first few times, but now it's like, yeah, okay, Zamasu, recharge now, please. Let's be done with this. Either way, Jiren is getting more and more tired, and Zamasu is muda-mudaing the heck out of the Pride Trooper. He actually says muda-muda to any JoJo fans out there. Then I found out something from Geekdom's review of this episode that Naotoshi Shida, the animator who did loads of wavy yet glorious animation for Super and the Broly movie, did a brief cameo for this episode. And I think it was round about here when Vegeta fires the final flash at Kamioren, and yep, that looks pretty awesome. Yep, Shida was there, alright, but apparently he was also corrected a lot by Yamamuro, the animation director for this project, and had been for the last 25 years prior to Broly. So it wasn't full Shida, but it certainly stands out as the best part of this episode, clearly. Beautiful little change of pace there, and quite the place to add your thing. This all results in the animation being so good that Pepsi Man literally splits back into their component parts instead of just being vaporized. I think they wanted to stick around to see whether the animation would still be just as good. Unfortunately, not. And even though this all seems a little unusual, who am I to judge a Heroes episode? The section ends with Vegeta motioning them to come at him. Ooh, okay, that's nice. And that section comes to a close, and we're back to Trunks and Lags, with the latter deciding to play a game of lava, only with glass. The floor is glass! Goku then decides to be the sacrificial lamb, and punts Trunks out of the way to take the hit. For some reason. Now, I never pegged Goku to do something like this for anyone other than Gohan in the Cell games, but what cheapens this all is that the animation has now really gone back to simple bits of glass going up and down around Goku, who's stock still like he's just standing in between the shards, not being hit at all. But what makes it odd is that Nozawa is clearly implying that Goku's in pain. Now this reminds us all that we are watching an episode of Dragon Ball Heroes and not Super, because it just looks so still. The Heart of Glass is then stopped by Hearts and told to go to Universe 3 and help Kumba. Oh yeah, he was still a thing, unfortunately. Instead of, finishing the job that she was clearly doing well at, stopping Goku, ending Goku, he was seriously hurt by her attacks, but oh no, the real reason is because Hearts wants to finish off Goku personally. And this is why bad guys in Dragon Ball are their own worst enemy. Lags could have easily finished him off by just spamming the same attack over and over again. Oh well. Oh yeah, Hearts can read minds now too. He says that the silver power is imperfect and not reliable. But wait, Goku can read minds too, apparently, from the Namek saga of things, so shouldn't he have been able to sense that happening to him and then block the mind read or something? This is just so inconsistent. Now, what's the purpose of this? Oh, to make Goku perfect his power and then have him lose to Hearts. Are you sure about that? Why doesn't Jiren come over and explain what happened to him when he let Goku use the full Ultra Instinct powers? The time during the tournament when Jiren could have easily been dust had Goku not run out of energy? Oh well, Hearts, more the fool you. With Kamioren down, Vegeta tries to help Goku and Trunks, but all three of them have the Super Saiyan power knocked out of them by sheer plot gravity. Goku has to resist this though, and this is the spur for Goku get the Marvel treatment and be struck by a sky beam. Shin? Doing something proactive? Oh, I know Heroes has gone topsy-turvy. Either way, Shin gives Hearts the metaphorical bird, and the four of them escape, leaving Hearts and Zamasu puzzled, but they totally abandon Jiren, guys. Oh dang, they bailed on Jiren. That's cold, dude. When did Shin get the balls to do this? Luckily for the Universe 11 warrior, Zamasu forgot that they were fighting and uses what Shin did. Suddenly, Jiren tries to process him being bailed on and is rewarded by being trapped in a cube as Toppo watches on. Wow. Okay. We could have added some actual dialogue between Goku and Jiren trying to figure out a plan to stop Hearts away from the action, but I guess we're not gonna get that kind of plot development and character development. Wasted opportunity. We then cut to a forest-covered laboratory where Few is lording it up and saying that this was all part of his plan the entire time, and then suddenly medical is the thing. That was kind of a decent twist. I'm not going to question it because this is Heroes, but supposedly Few meant for the prison planet to break and all of these goons to do their thing? Cool. And then the episode ends. All in all, this episode was only saved by the fact that Vegeta got a pretty epic moment and was given the best animator to express said motion, and that was wonderful. The episode title was totally out of place though, because Jiren barely did anything, and it really should have mentioned something about Vegeta's rise to power and victory, as he was kind of the main focus here of the episode, or at least a major one, but no. And then we get Shin coming down and leaving the Universe 11 fighters to fend for themselves. It's a miracle they weren't destroyed. That's not the Shin we know. He'd be willing to help all peoples. You know what? He's a total universalist at this point. I thought I knew you, Supreme Kai. The animation here also was pretty lackluster, save for Vegeta's grand finale, of course, with multiple moments seeming off and pretty temperate in terms of impact, which doesn't help Heroes' cause. But I think it's something you just got to expect, sadly. So, in summation, it was worth watching for two reasons. Vegeta being awesome, and the prospect of seeing Metal Cooler maybe outdoing his own movie next time. So what did you guys think? Did you have fun? Are you even still watching? Leave a comment below, and I shall see you in the next review video. Catch you later!